Welcome to an episode of Justin's Commute on Capes and Tights, a comic book podcast with your host, Justin Soderberg, talking to you on the way to work. Today I decided to pull over. Usually I do it when I'm driving. Today I decided to pull over and do this as a test to see how it would do if I just parked quickly on the side of the road. So I am here to talk today about the Suicide Squad movie that just came out on Friday, August, 6th, and also with the first episode of What If on Marvel's Disney Plus, a Marvel show, an animated show that just came out recently, that came out August 11th. The first episode was What If Sharon Carter, what if Peggy Carter was the first Avenger. So basically, what if Peggy Carter took the super soldier serum instead of Captain America or Steve Rogers? So let's get into it. Let's talk. Let's do a quick discussion about what I think about these initial reactions to these two things. We'll start with the Suicide Squad. As many of you know who are listeners to this podcast, Capes and Tights, as well as the Main State of Mine and other projects that I've done, is that I am a huge Marvel fan, that I am not that big of a DC fan. I'm not really get into anything really DC, mostly. I think their movies have been subpar, but this all changed slightly with Suicide Squad. And part of that comes down to James Gunn, who did the two Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He does a great job with coming up with comedy as well as action all in the same thing. So the Suicide Squad was a different taste than the original one, and a different feel than any other DC movie that's been out there. It's gory, it's funny, there's jokes, there's dirty jokes, there's clean jokes, there's action, there's a good storyline to it, there's good people, good acting. The whole thing was just an all-around great project that has been unbelievably directed and written by James Gunn. So, I don't have a lot because I don't want to give spoilers or anything about the movie around. I just want initial reactions, but I will say right now, this is the best DC movie that's ever been made. And on top of, slightly behind or above Dark Knight, which is one of my favorite DC movies ever made. But if this is the direction and this is the way that they're going to write, cast, and film future DC movies, I am in. The Suicide Squad is definitely a great movie, well worth seeing. It's available on HBO Max right now. If you're already subscribing, it's free. If not, you can probably sign up for some sort of free trial or sign up for HBO Max in general and watch Suicide Squad on there, as well as a bunch of other movies, obviously. But Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn, is unbelievable. Well worth watching. It's about 2 hours long. Beginning to end is just funny action. Great storyline, again, well worth watching on HBO Max. Available right now. If you're off today, turn it off, go ahead and see the movie. It's well worth watching. And let me know what you think and your opinions on that as well. Moving over to the Marvel side of things, and something that I am passionate about, and that is Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is a new show called What If. It's based off of the series that came out back in the 70s, 80s, 90s. They had these comic books called What If, and it's a lot of alternate storylines. What if, Wolverine was this? What if Hulk was this? What if Fantastic Four did this? And they're really good, fun stories of just saying, this is how Marvel did it originally, but what if we did it a different way? And so the first episode is what if Peggy Carter became the first Avenger, or Captain Britain, Captain America, whatever you want to call it. She is British, so it would be Captain Britain. But they just made it say, what if Peggy Carter became Captain America? So the animation is really, 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 really cool. It's a 30-minute show. It's going to come out every Wednesday on Disney Plus to stream, and then they'll do a follow-up thing saying how they made it, I believe, or how things went into place. They're doing those now with the Marvels Assembled, which is pretty cool. So there's 9 episodes. So the first one aired August 11th. But the animation is really cool because it almost looks like they drew a comic book and then animated it, which I love. Dark, thick, outlined lines with colors inside of it. The action's really cool. The different effects, the BAMs, the different things they do is really cool. The story was awesome. The idea behind Peggy Carter taking the serum over Steve Rogers so that she became a super soldier instead of Steve Rogers. There's other cool things that happen in there. You'll have to actually watch the episode. It's only 33 minutes long, or technically like 29 minutes long with 4 minutes of credits. And it is one of those things you have to get past, that if you are used to Marvel Cinematic Universe and the animation of is not being a part of it. Now it actually is. I've never been into a huge into animation. The only thing I really like that has been put out over the number of years has been Into the Spider-Verse for animation. But otherwise, if you can get past that, the stories are fun. It's going to be great. It's an alternate way of looking at it. It opens up with the Watcher, if anybody's a Marvel fan. The Watcher who sees everything, watches everything, and records everything, but doesn't interfere with anything. He's kind of like narrating it in a sense. And it does tie in, if anybody knows about how the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe now is going to be more of a multiverse. This is tying into that aspect of saying that each one of these things are real. This is not just a, I wonder if this is actually happening in an alternate universe, which is really cool, because that makes it so that's actually real. Like, these things are actually happening. It's just that in the universe we're used to in the MCU so far, up until Kang got introduced, this didn't exist in our minds. It was not part of this universe, but it actually happened in another alternate universe that Peggy Carter became Captain Britain, or Captain America, the first Avenger, took the serum. So I definitely think that it's worth watching and seeing. Try the first episode out. If it's not your thing, cool. But I definitely think it's going to be something that's going to be fun to watch. It's animated, so they can do whatever they want, really. And it's going to be cool. So they've already announced there's going to be a second season too. So this is like something that's going to not go anywhere. So it's available on Disney Plus, part of the subscription. And it's actually continuity to Marvel Cinematic Universe now, due to the multiverse. So definitely go see it. So I am raving about the Suicide Squad and What If right now. We'll do some more follow-up with What If as the season progresses and as the things get further along. But as of right now, I loved the first episode, and I can't wait till next week for the next episode. A couple of quick things on this. So remember to follow us, Capes and Tights. You can follow us on Instagram and on Facebook for all the updated things and so on. If you're listening to this when this comes out on Thursday, August 12th, first of all, happy birthday to my brother Jared. But otherwise, you can see us live on noon to 2 Eastern on the Capes and Tights Facebook page, the Maine State of Mind Facebook page, and YouTube. For our free comic book day event at Galactic Comics in Bangor, Maine at 547 Hammond Street. If you're not listening to this live or this week and you're listening after the 14th of August, then please go back and we'll have the recording of the live stream online for your enjoyment, and watch that and see how free comic book day was at Galactic Comics. But you can also subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and you can subscribe to the Maine State of Mind, where a lot of these videos will end up on the Maine State of Mind's YouTube page as well. So there's kind of a cross-platform. I don't want one YouTube page, but multiple podcasts for the comic book and the Maine State of Mind stuff. So if you've been following us along, that's why we've split it up. So thank you very much, everybody. This has been my commute to work. I actually got to start driving to work now and get in and get some work done for Warner Brewing Company. But until the next time, this has been Justin's Commute on the Capes and Tights comic book podcast. And follow us, Instagram, Facebook, the website, capesandtights.com, Spotify, Apple, all the great things. Thanks, everybody. Go see The Suicide Squad either in theaters or on HBO Max, and watch What If on Disney Plus. Until next time, peace.